Alright, today I'm going to show you how to collage. I have two images here that I'm going to collage together. I have antlers and I have this guy. I'm going to put this sheet over so you can see it, otherwise it's got a glare. So you can see that I'm going to combine them, and I've cut them out to the shape I want, and I want this to look like it's coming out from behind him. But I want it to kind of overlap right here, his backpack some, so it looks like it's part of him. So I'm going to get that lined up as close as I can once I get this all glued on. So the first step to collage is obviously cut your pieces. If you want to do little pieces to create an image like all together, that's fine too. There's all different kinds of ways to do collage. So I'm going to take my first piece, and I have watercolor paper that I'm going to glue it down to. So stretch a piece of watercolor paper. And then I'm going to use a glue stick so that if I need to, I can move it around a little bit. I'm going to go around all my edges. Make sure it gets stuck down all my edges so that I don't have to worry about it coming back up. I'm going to stick it down. Get glue stick on the back of my antlers, and I'm just using a scratch paper underneath so I don't get glue all over my table. If you get glue on the table, you just have to clean it off. Okay, so now I'm going to get this in place, and I'm going to lift up his head so that I can get the antlers to go back behind where I want it to. So I already glued it down, but now I'm going to lift it back up, and then I'll glue it back down again. Put that down a little. It's not quite where I want it to go yet. So that'll work. And then I could take and create a background. I should probably make my background first before I do this, because it's easier to lay things on top so you can see kind of where I'm at. So there's my guy, my hunter with antlers on his head. Make sure these are stuck down really well, if that's where you want them. Okay, so I would finish my design, and then take Mod Podge, I'm going to take a brush that isn't in great condition. I have my Mod Podge. It actually says Mod Podge on it. And I'm going to dip my brush just a little bit in. I'm going to turn it. Do not brush across the edges, please, because that ruins the top of the lid. And then I'm going to coat everything with this Mod Podge. I'm going to get a pretty good coating. So when I run out, I get a dip and get more. Notice I'm kind of brushing with the direction that those antlers are because I don't want them to peel back up. This dries clear so you won't see those brush marks. And I go over the whole thing here, even though it was a big piece, and I'm not mixing anything else on it. I'm still going to go over the whole thing because I don't want it to come up. So I'm doing some extra, making sure I get the edges covered well, and I get the paper where the edges touch so that it all seals together. So I'm going to let that dry, and that is how you collage. Make sure the edge of your Mod Podge is clean. You put your lid back on, and you rinse out your brush thoroughly, trying to get as much of that Mod Podge as you can out of it.